So let's talk about this debt commission that the president was trying to form. And so many people are against it and they are calling it unconstitutional. They are saying there is a body, the Auditor General's office, that is supposed to deal with that. There is Parliament that's supposed to look into that, the Auditor General's report, recommend action, come up with, ways of dealing with the issues that the Auditor General raises. So that's the way it's supposed to be. The president is nowhere, The president is nowhere in terms of auditing the Kenyan debt, in terms of suggesting the solution. The president is nowhere in that regard. But then now a question is raised by Gen Z to the president, and they want the president to resolve that issue. So what does the president do? He can't go and ask for a report from the Auditor General because the Auditor General doesn't report to the president. He can't go to the Parliament to ask for the report. The Parliament does not report to the president, So the president is there. He has been asked a question that really it's not in his mandate to answer, but he is the president of the Republic of Kenya, and he's given one opportunity or one responsibility of creating a commission of inquiry into situations that Kenyans are agitating for, So the only option the president has to deal with the issue of debt within his power is to institute a commission that will advise him on what's happening in those institutions that seems not to be working to the satisfaction of Kenya, because I thought Kenyans would be going to the Auditor General's office and asking for the report. Where is the report? Give us a breakdown of what we have, That would be where they are going, and also going to the Parliament, but not to the president. But this responsibility, Kenyans have gone to the president and they are asking the president those questions. And the president cannot just sit there and say, mnataka ni do, He can't throw his hands in the air and ask, mnataka nifanya nini? While the constitution actually gives him an opportunity to form a commission that can inquire into those issues, give him a report, and from that report, then he can advise the relevant ministries and institutions to work, within the recommendations that have been provided. So for me, I see some dishonesty within this discussion, the whole of this discussion, because really nobody is talking about what should the president do when he's given a question, when he is required to answer a question that is not within his power to do. He's not supposed, like let's say right now, people agitate for people who have been killed. So people want to actually see a report on the people who have been killed and people being taken to court, or justice for the people who have been killed. What can the president do? He doesn't have the power to investigate. He doesn't have the power of the police. He doesn't have the power of IPOA. So if Kenyans have refused to go to the police, they have refused to report to IPOA, and they have gone to the president to ask a question, the only other thing the president has is to form an inquiry commission that will go into it, do the work that IPOA is supposed to do the work that the police are supposed to do, then give him a report, and from that report, he can act on it. These things seems to be so obvious, but I think, common sense is not so obvious.